Leah Remini made headlines when she quit the Church of Scientology.
After more than 3 decades with the Church of Scientology.
King of Queens star Leah Remini opening up about her very public split from the Church of Scientology.
This is why I left. The story of Leah Remini's journey out of Scientology.
I didn't really have any involvement prior to getting involved with Scientology in any way. It was just kind of like me. You know, it's like, well, I'm screwed up. I need help, and screw everybody else. And since I've been involved in Scientology, you know, you learn to take responsibility for yourself, and not only yourself, but others. And so the focus gets a little bit off of you, and that's always a good thing, you know, that it's not all about Leah and my problems and my garbage.
But how did Leah Remini go from this wide-eyed believer to a bold critic of the very institution she once championed? To understand her journey, we must first go back to where it all began. In a small Brooklyn neighborhood, far from Hollywood's spotlight, Leah Remini was born into a world of love, dreams, and struggle. A world that would soon be influenced by forces far beyond her control. Born in 1970, Leah's early years were shaped by a tight-knit family and the values of hard work and loyalty. But life was far from easy. Her family moved to Los Angeles when she was 13, in search of a better life, one that would lead them directly into the arms of Scientology. This move to Los Angeles would prove to be a turning point not only in their lives, but also in Leah's future. As the Reminis settled into their new surroundings, they found themselves drawn into the orbit of Scientology, a church that promised success, community, and transformation.
Smack in the middle of East Hollywood looms one of Scientology's most iconic buildings, the aptly named Big Blue. It was here, in a gritty neighborhood nearby, that Leah Remini and her family came to live in the mid-1980s. After a disastrous tour of duty in Florida with Scientology's religious order, the Sea Org.
There was a big Scientology community there, and we slept on someone's floor. We had nothing.
Leah's initial experience with Scientology was marked by enthusiasm. The church offered her a sense of belonging and purpose, and she eagerly embraced its teachings. Scientology provided Leah with a supportive community and a framework that seemed to align with her ambitions and values. At first, the church's influence appeared to be a positive force. Leah found herself deeply involved, believing that Scientology was guiding her toward personal and professional success. The church's teachings promised a path to self-improvement and fulfillment, and Leah was ready to follow that path.
It's at this point that Leah decides to pursue a new and more lucrative career than the waitressing and secretarial gigs she'd been holding down: acting. She felt she had a propensity for comedy, which we saw firsthand in our interview.
Look at me, I'm dead, I'm very serious. Look at me.
As she began the process of auditioning, she says her experience in Scientology played an important role.
How helpful was Scientology in terms of getting your acting career started?
There's tools that are very, very helpful to you in your life, to you as an actor.
Leah's involvement with Scientology continued to deepen, but as her career soared, the pressures and demands of the church began to cast shadows over her achievements. What once seemed like a supportive community now presented a series of challenges and conflicts that Leah would soon have to confront.
My thoughts are that they're afraid to really admit that they got took. Completely took. Every single one of them every one of them has made a point of stating the fact that there was good in Scientology. And to me, that's just a way of saying, well, I did get taken, but there was some good in it. And making oneself feel, to an extent, that you weren't duped, but you were duped, Mother.
I was not duped, Susan.
This period marked the beginning of a complex journey. Leah Remini's initial excitement about Scientology was tempered by the growing realization that the church was not the sanctuary she had hoped it would be. As she navigated her rising fame and the church's increasing demands, Leah's story was about to take a dramatic turn.
Everybody has money and access to it. I wish you could see me. I know that they're crying to you, and every new reg falls for the act. I remember when I was as a new reg, I was regging someone from Power, and the lady said, you know, I don't have it. I said, well, I'll do it. They just cried for it, and I gave my hard-earned money to them. Oh. Right. Because I didn't know that people say they don't have money when they do. I didn't know that, right? But we're going to have to show you and prove it to you because I know you don't believe it.
As Leah Remini's involvement with Scientology deepened, the cracks in the church's facade began to widen. What was once seen as a beacon of hope revealed itself to be a manipulation machine. Leah's faith shattered as she uncovered disturbing truths about the church's hidden practices and deceptive promises. Driven by a fierce determination to expose the truth, Leah knew that speaking out would come with immense risk, but was necessary for justice. This marked the beginning of her courageous fight against Scientology, setting the stage for a dramatic confrontation with one of the most powerful and secretive organizations of our time.
What exactly happened at Tom Cruise's wedding?
The biggest wedding in Scientology history. Have you ever felt this way?
Several guests claim one person ruined everything.
That I destroyed the wedding.
A liar, rude, and embarrassing.
What would Tom say to you?
He thinks I'm the devil.
But what did Leah Remini do?
I asked the question, and I said, where is Shelley? He said, you don't have the effing rank to be asking about the leader's wife.
The wife of the leader of Scientology is still missing.
Where is Shelley Miscavige? Apparently she was pretty close with Tom Cruise.
17 years of a person just missing.
So many people believe that she's being held captive.
So you think she's a prisoner?
What I uncovered was much darker than I ever expected.
In November 2006, Leah Remini attended the highly publicized wedding of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, accompanied by her friend Jennifer Lopez. What should have been a joyful celebration quickly became a turning point for Leah.
Shelley was the wife of Scientology's leader David Miscavige. Over the years, Leah had socialized with Shelley many times, exchanging gifts and holiday cards. Shelley was a prominent figure in the organization.
Shelley was always where David Miscavige was. This was being called the wedding of the century. So it was very weird that she wasn't there. And their reaction was like, I mean, that's the leader's wife. You really shouldn't be asking about her.
Little did she know that one seemingly innocent question would put a target on her back.
The cold and dismissive reaction sparked something in Leah, leading her to question everything she had believed.
Well, it doesn't intimidate me, it makes me want to retaliate.
Leah Remini's simple questions at Tom Cruise's wedding sparked more than just whispers. They made her a target.
You see these two cars parked in the parking lot there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to keep an eye on them when we pull out. They seem to be together because they're talking. Do you see how they're talking to each other?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy on the right's has got his left window open.
Yeah, look, they're just totally staring at us. You know what I mean?
They're moving. There he is.
Oh, there he is. Here, no, let him go. Stop. Let him go. Here you go. Go ahead. No, we're good. 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 Go ahead.
Watch this. Hey, buddy. I'm good. Who are you working for?
Her curiosity about Jennifer Lopez's seating and the mysterious absence of Shelley Miscavige set off alarm bells within the church. From that moment on, Leah felt the full weight of Scientology's wrath. She was followed, scrutinized, and subjected to a smear campaign designed to silence her. But instead of backing down, Leah's resolve only grew stronger, setting her on a collision course with one of the world's most secretive organizations.
me is actress Leah Remini, who for 35 years was a member and active proponent of the Church of Scientology. She publicly left the church in 2013 and went on to write a best-selling memoir about her experience called Troublemaker, Surviving Hollywood and Scientology. And now Leah is taking on the church again in her new docuseries called Leah Remini, Scientology and Its Aftermath.
After breaking free, Leah Remini began sharing the harrowing stories of those who had also escaped Scientology's grip. But there's one story in particular that feels almost too incredible to be real, like something straight out of a movie. It's the story of Valerie Haney, a trusted aide to David and Shelley Miscavige, who made a daring escape from Scientology by hiding in the trunk of a car. Her journey is a testament to the lengths some will go to reclaim their freedom from an organization that demands absolute control.
And it was 7 o'clock, and I was like, this is it. This is my last moment that I can leave. The actors may not come back. So I ran to my room, grabbed my purse, grabbed my jewelry, put it in my purse, ran back to the castle, which is where we were shooting, and there was 5 cars in the parking lot. I know that where the cars were parked was a blind spot for the security cameras. So I'm checking the car doors, and I don't know whose cars these are, and I'm just checking whichever door is open, and then there was one door that was open. Okay, good. I pop the trunk, and then I just squeeze in, and then I close the trunk. And then I hear my boss come out, Valerie? Valerie? Oh, I thought Valerie was out here. Huh, she was just out here. And then I hear the actors come out, and one car starts. And then another car starts. And then the car that I'm in, the actor gets into the driver's seat, and then he drives. Okay, now he's driving. He's taking the path of where the actors need to go to get off the property. And then he stops at the booth. The security guard comes out of the booth. And then they start talking, and then he's like, okay, great, thanks, bye. He doesn't stop the car. So then the car goes out of the booth and onto the road, and then turns, and then we're going, and I've made it. Then he stops again.